These are the Ozlo Sleepbuds. They are $350 sleep buds from a former Bose engineer. Today, I'm going to share, are these things actually worth the money? What is it like? And should you get the Soundcore Sleep A20 instead? How do they feel? The overall experience. So let's get into it. Now, Ozlo did send these out to me to test out, so I do appreciate that, but they did not pay me to make this video. This is the case. It's stunning. It's beautiful. Like how you open it just feels so nice. It was satisfying. It's a USB-C charger right here. And then each of these earpieces will charge inside of the case using these two prongs on each side. So you just don't want to get those messed up or dirty. They do have little earpieces right there. They're incredibly tiny, very light, soft silicone throughout, and they're completely flush when you put them in. So if we go ahead and insert these into my ears, you can sleep with these. So they're not rubbing against your pillow. You can play whatever audio you need, or they'll just use them as earplugs. Boom. You can see right there how they just fit. And then if I rest my ear on a pillow, like it's not going to be pressing up against anything. It just feels easy to use. They have 4 different wingtip sizes and they sit flush in your ear. This is what comes in the box. Here are their different sizes. You can easily just swap them out as needed. You have your little manual and it comes included with a USB-C, a USB-A charging cable, come on guys, USB-C all throughout please in the future. Now, who is this for? This is great for light sleepers with snoring partners, frequent travelers, side sleepers. If you share a bed with someone who's a loud snorer and you've tried everything and you need earplugs or a way to play some kind of audio track, white noise, pink noise, and not bother your partner, this is the way to go. If you're a side sleeper and you find regular earplugs to be painful after an hour, this is another reason to get these. And they're used in, like a lot of people love the Bose Sleepbuds, but they got discontinued. So this is kind of the next generation. So it's used and loved by the people who used to use that one. Sleep is like the biggest thing that we do. So making sure that you minimize noise and maximize your sleep is so important because how you feel the next day is really based on the sleep that you have the night before. If you do plan to buy these, there is a link in the description. Click that to help support the channel. Now, the earbud dimensions, we can pull these out. The height is 1.1 centimeters. The width is 1.7 centimeters. And the depth is 1.2 centimeters. They're extremely tall, under an inch in all 3 categories. They're 1.6 grams. And the case is about 100 grams. And the smart case provides 4 days of charge. So you can take this on a weekend trip and you'll be fine without having to plug it in. It takes about 3 hours for a full charge. They have Bluetooth 5.3 with low energy audio. The range is about 3 meters. You do need your device nearby to play music. There's an extra small, medium, and large silicone tips with integrated wings. There's passive noise isolation with the silicone seal, and then sound masking technology, which is not active noise cancellation. The smart case has tap detection, ambient noise monitoring, ambient temperature sensor, and an ambient light sensor, which is really cool, and a microphone for environmental assessment. There's no microphone in the earbuds, but that just helps understand the environment around you. There's a 1-year warranty, a 30-day return policy, and an Ozlo Flex subscription. Now, I don't struggle with sound. I do make sure that the environment that I sleep in is extremely quiet, but I did find these to be, pretty valuable in terms of just blocking out sound. I used to live in a place where it was extremely loud and I needed to have earplugs, and these seem to be way more comfortable. I think the earplugs that I used to have, I used to just throw them out, but having something that can play sounds to help me fall asleep or just help reduce the external sounds, I think is really interesting. They're going to have sleep tracking coming soon, which I'm very excited about. I hope to see that and test that feature. If you want to see that, let me know in the description below. And the earbuds can play onboard sleep sounds without the phone connection, so you won't need that. The alarm functions without your iPhone. You just have to configure it all through the Ozlo Sleepbud app. And there's 10 science-backed onboard sleep sounds that you can play. There's a private in-ear alarm, so if you have family, other people that you're sleeping next to, this will make sure that doesn't happen. And the smart case has environmental monitoring. There's passive noise isolation performance. It can actually attenuate up to 40 decibels of higher frequencies. There's an app that's super easy to use. Highly recommend. But then there's some downsides, some things to think about. You have to keep the thing charged. You have to remember to put them on. If you already use earplugs, it's easier to start adapting to these. If you don't use earplugs, it's harder to get into that. They're not as instant as AirPods. So if you're in a big Apple person, like any headphone that's not Apple is going to be a little bit harder. The original Bose ones would play music as soon as you remove them, whereas these there is a process. You got to press play. You can only change the volume through the app. There's no on-bud controls. And then obviously they're Bluetooth, so there's a little bit of limited range, but I don't doubt you're going to be going very far with these. I'm excited to see the sleep tracking to come out and the smart case sensors to be used more effectively, the noise, the light, and temperature. It is $349 upfront, and then the subscription is $20 per month. I don't love subscriptions, but it is what it is. If you need to get good sleep, these can be extremely powerful. If they're going to make you more money by wearing them, so then in that case, I would recommend it. There's a link in the description. Click that to help support the channel. These are the Ozlo Sleepbuds.